I learned the massive. Players is getting drafted. For those that oppose, I gave them a closed casket. Thoughts are graphic. No matter who you dissing, I die for my niggas like Jesus. Crucifixion, you contradicting. Fell under the submission. My shit sound great on bad tapes with the hissing. The plot thickens. In any altercation, I take out two like double dating. The whole squad's player hating. I compete, play for keeps. I got weed smokers turning over a new leaf. I pop shit and roll one deep with no heat to show ya. I drop hot shit, rock mics with pot holders. Rap career's over. How dare you oppose this? When I die, bury me with a tape of my own shit. I hold the dice, diss me and pay the price. I make a klepto wanna take his own life. Style precise, the rap game I'm pimping it, kicking it. Yo, take it in vain like insulin.
First thing you already ordered. NORE go last, baby. We want to set this up.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of L.A.M.A.R.R Show, where we love art, music, and real rap. Real rap meaning real conversation. If you like the same, click the like, comment, subscribe, share. Either one is appreciated and never hated. Speaking of real rap, today is a real special episode, man. My next guest's name speaks for itself. You might recognize him as one half of the legendary lyrical duo Punchline Words. You might recognize him as 1/4 of the legendary four-headed monster EMC. You might even recognize him from the legendary Cypher with Noriega, a young 50 Cent, and Consequence. And you might even recognize him from the Lyricist Lounge. With all due respect, it's my honor to introduce the one and only Punchline.
What up?
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, bro. Glad to be here.
It's good to see you, man.
All
You looking the same, man.
Hey, I try, man. I try.
Now you gotta give me the secrets, man.
You
You
know
gotta give me the secrets.
Don't stress. That's all it is.
Easier said than done, right?
Don't stress.
So where you from? Like, where were you born and raised?
Originally, born Lower East Side, New York.
Alright, Lower East Side. All right. Yeah, we M1 Umi and Lord Naz and Lisa, they got a spot down there. 98 Orchard Street, the Legacy.
Yeah, the Legacy. You know, that's the spot. Make sure y'all check that out too.
And we're at Smoking Beats. You came once.
Yeah, I came Lord Nez joint.
Yeah, how was it?
It was dope. Somehow I ended up rhyming there. Threw a beat on and had me rhyming. I'm like, I just came through to hear some beats, man. You know?
Everybody.
You know what I mean? Next thing you know, I'm rapping. So I'm like, it's cool. That's my man, though.
So coming from the Lower East Side, like, what was your first introduction to hip hop? Like,
how I got into it?
Yeah, how you got into it?
So through an older sibling. So my older brother rapped when he was in high school. So I used to steal his raps and act like they were mine and whatnot. So, some real old school shit because my brother's older, So I used to say his stuff at school, and then eventually I just kind of got into saying my own words, being inspired by music videos, what I would see on Video Music Box, all of that. And I was like, I just took it on.
Training wheels, and that's like training wheels too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody start from somewhere. Like especially we're not the first. So it's like you look to someone, you hear it. At first you kind of mimic it, and then you put your own twist into it. Some people just keep going with the mimic. You put your own little twist to it, and then it become your own. Like, so your style, like your name really speaks for itself. Like, who was your influences? Like, where'd you get your style?
The major three influences for me was Common. After I heard the Resurrection album, I used to love her.
Yeah,
huge fan. Common and Big Daddy Kane. And Redman.
Redman.
Man. And Karis One.
And Kara, we could do four.
So if you put all of them together, that's punch.
No, I hear it. I definitely hear it because you definitely come with knowledge. You definitely come with the wit. You know what I'm saying?
That's how Kane rhymed. Kane, every line was like a punchline. So
no, exactly. Yeah. I don't want to. I mean, obviously he wasn't the first, but like he kind of made it like popular.
Yeah,
exactly. Around those times. Because I was born in '94, okay. But studying it, I see where he definitely impacted. Redman, I'm from Jersey, so Redman, that's big, man.
Still am a huge Redman fan.
Yeah, he's still going too,
he
man.
Still get busy.
I love to see all y'all still go. Like it's
You know what's crazy? That's the one artist I've never met. I've never met Redman. I met Kane.
Yeah.
I met Karis One. I met Common. Never met Redman.
You never met? Now we gotta make that happen. Redman, we gotta make that happen, man. You heard it.
I either gotta get a pick or we gotta do a song, man. Either one.
Oh, definitely a song. Yo, y'all two on a song would be. Yo, that'd be crazy. Yo, that'd be crazy.
That's the mentor.
The wordplay on there, the punchlines on there. No pun intended. Like, yo, that'd be crazy. So Redman,
and we know a lot of the same people, but
that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Not even at the Lyricist Lounge.
He performed at a Lyricist Lounge. I was in the crowd, so it wasn't like I still was able to meet him.
So this is before.
This is No, this was like me and Word was our name was kind of getting out there. So it was like him and Meth was doing something. So I was, Red and Meth. So I'm looking at the show. So I was like, oh shit, it's Red and Meth. But never got a chance to meet Redman, shake his hand, or even get a pic. So
I'm just thinking about that. Like now that you said Meth, Red and Meth, punching words, that will be crazy. That's it. And
speak it into
speak that into we gotta make that happen. That'll be crazy. Even if it's just a song, like we gotta make that happen. Like that'll be wild. Hell yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about that until you just said it. That's a crazy mix. Like that's a crazy mix. So let's bring it back a little bit because some people probably might not even know who Words is. And so Lower East Side. So did you grow up with like how did you get into that?
So how I got
how did Punching Words
come about? Yeah. Okay, so I'll try to give it as short as possible, but it's a long story.
You can do that.
So originally I was in a rap group with friends from my neighborhood, right? So it was me, one of my close friends, his name is Ern, and my other homeboy Sono. We all went to high school. We rapped and did talent shows, whatever we can do. Eventually life happens. People went away to college and all this other stuff. Yeah. So the last senior year of high school, my boy Sono, who I was in a group with, went to Norman Thomas. He went to Norman Thomas for Words because Words went to Norman Thomas.
All right.
They met. He's like, yeah, I met this kid in lunchroom and we rhyming, so he's kind of dope. So a friend of mine had left the group. We was looking for somebody to add into the group because we still wanted to be a 3-man group. So he put Words into the picture. Heard Words rhyme. Was like, yo, he dope. And then we was a group. We recorded some songs, and then eventually, the guy who introduced me in Words, he went away to college. So it was just me and Words, and we was kind of just rolling together on some solo stuff. Like he was still a solo artist. I was gonna be myself, but we was always going to open mics, whether it's the New Eureka Poets Cafe, Lyricist Lounge, rhyming in Washington Square Park, where a lot of cats went. Most Quali, Thurston Howe. So we would be out there, and everybody just like, yo. Oh, so what happened was, at the time, I had connected with Trackmasters, right?
Legendary Trackmasters.
So we get with them. They like the demo, and I'm like, yo, it's just me. Like the group left. It's just me. So me and Words used to always go to studios to bring it with me. So then Tone from Trackmasters one day said, yo, we ain't got time to be doing 2 different demos. So he's like, yo, why don't I just be a group and do it together? And then that was birth Punchline Words.
Oh, shout out to Tone, man. Shout out to legendary Tone, man. Nah, yeah.
That birthed us.
No, yo, that's all right. So wait, before we even get into that, so coming from the Lower East Side, were there any other artists around that we might know
of? See, there's moments I'm not major artists like that. True Life. Another one from Lower East Side, Smith Projects. Then you got Jason Williams, the basketball player.
Yeah.
Tall senator used to go to St. John, so don't get it confused. There's like 100 Jason Williams. Yeah. So you had that. They shot Beach Street around there. They shot Wild Style at the end of the movie Wild Style, that park where everybody's jamming at. That's actually in my neighborhood. That's the amphitheater.
That's by the FDR, right?
Yeah, right by the FDR. So and right across from that is some projects over there. So I was like, so but that's so that was kind of like what was around.
All right, so when you met, so how did you even get to the Trackmasters? How did you even meet them?
There was a thing they used to do. I don't think they do it no more. Black Expo at Jacob Javits Center. Me and my boys went because that's where the girls was, right? So we go get tipped up, we go with the girls. But I always had the tape on me with the demo. So we in there, and I seen this kid that I just saw on Video Music Box. The name of the group was called 18. It was that Chubb Rock had put out a group. It consisted of Rob Swinger and this cat named Hot Dog, his dancer. Yeah. So I see one of the guys from the video. I was like, yo, I seen your video, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I rap. They listened to the demo. Called his man over. Yo, listen to this. His boy he called over was Poke from Trackmasters. Yeah. Yo, y'all niggas is dope. All right, here's my number. Yo, we got a studio in Brooklyn. Come out. And that's what birthed the connection.
Jeez. And this is after Lyricist Lounge, right?
This was everything kind of bleeds into each other. Yeah. So, did we do Lounge? No, we didn't do the Lyricist Lounge yet. So we met Trackmasters first.
All right. So what year is this?
Ooh, the year the 18 came out and Chubb Rock was about to do his Yabba Dabba Doo album. I forgot the name of the album. So we talking 97 maybe, 96, 97, 96, something 97. Like that.
So this is Trackmasters. Like this is like after
it was 4 people in Trackmasters. Before there was just Poke and Tone, Alex Richburg, who later on went to produce for Janet Jackson and work with Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. And then there was their other partner, Frank Nitty. Yeah. So
this is after this is Trackmasters after Biggie. This is after it was written.
This is before all of that.
Oh, this is before?
This is before all of that.
All right, so then this is before 96 then.
So when I met them, the only thing that they was known for was producing Chubb Rock. Everybody thinks Howie T produced Chubb Rock. It was Poke and Tone did a lot of production. Trackmasters did a lot of the production. So Howie T might have did Treat 'Em Right, but then there was songs like just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Like the remixes and Trackmasters did a lot of that. Ooh. So Trackmasters did a lot. I'm actually looking up the year of the album.
Of the Chubb Rock album?
Yeah, the name of the album is called I Gotta Get Mine, Yo, and it came out. Oh, that was 92. Wow.
92.
So around 92 is the time I met them. Yep.
Jeez.
91, 92.
So this is way before.
Yeah, way before all that. So I wasn't even introduced to Lyricist Lounge.
Nah, yeah. All right, so 92.
Yeah, so that was 92, and the only thing that had Chubb Rock, so I knew him from that, and they in the videos and all that. So I'm like, oh shit, all right. And they brought me around. I met Chubb a few times too. Shout out to him. Cool. Yeah, shout out to
Chubb. He's still going too.
He does radio and shit down in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, nah. Mm-hmm. I seen him perform. I follow him on Instagram. I definitely see him perform.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to. I definitely.
Like he give his.
So geez. All right. So now after you meet with Trackmasters, what happens then?
So meet with Trackmasters. We start recording some songs in their homeboy's apartment, Richburg. He allowed us to come over and record. We trying to find that thing. Trying to find what can work. At the time, I was going through a whole turmoil with the group because that's when people was going away to school.
Oh yeah.
So it went from a 3-man to a 2-man, but I wasn't sure me and Words was going to be a group. So it was just like we was around and still trying to figure everything out. So, and they was going through a transition too, because they was, like I said, there was a 4-man production team.
I never knew that either.
Chopping down to a 2. So it was a lot going on. And then they started getting busy once, I think they went from Chubbs, then they started doing G-Rap. That's when they did Ill Street Blues and On the Run remix. I was there while they did all of that. So they at least allowed me to come to the studio, which was Chung King in the Lower East Side, right? So I could walk there. So I'm like, oh, cool. Words to jump on the train, meet me. We go there. I've gotten into rap battles there. I remember I battled like a few Wu-Tang members. Ooh. That was funny.
Yeah, because every story, a lot of stories I hear, they always Brooklyn, Manhattan, period. Whether it's uptown, downtown, always, yeah. So, do you remember battling anyone specifically?
It wasn't none of the official members. Because they deep. So it was a cat named Dreddy Kruger. I don't know if y'all remember Dreddy Kruger. He used to run with Wu-Tang.
That's
Dreddy,
like one of
the affiliates. So it was like Dred, and it was another man. Who was the other guy was? I can't remember right now. But all I know was Protect Your Neck just came out, so they feeling amped. We get to the studio. When you get there, the elevator, a lift takes you all the way up to the studio. We hold it, they come in, yeah, nigga, woo, what? They was on it like that. We was kids. I was like, damn, why niggas so aggressive? Yeah, what, nigga? Niggas don't want it. So, I'm quiet. That's just me. Yeah. I'm a quiet dude, chilling. They go to their room. I think Jizza or somebody was working on the album. We go to our room where the Trackmasters was. Now, my homeboy Sono was he's mouthy. So he had the balls to leave our session, go into their session, walk into a session. You don't know these niggas.
He just walked in.
Yo, who the dudes that said, blah, blah, blah. Yo, well, my man's in there. They're battling you right now. So, and that's how he's like, yo, how you talk us into a battle? So we get into a battle. It's on a 2-inch reel somewhere. Poke and Tone have it. I don't know where it is.
We need that. We need that.
We go into the mic room, and then we just go at it. Me and Words versus Dreddy and his man. And they got smoked. Yeah, they got smoked. They got smoked.
Oh no, we need that video.
Dred, if you remember this, Dred, come on, let's don't, you dope. Don't get me wrong.
No, yeah.
You got smoked on that one though, because they was feeling good, but they didn't expect us to do what we did. They was like, yeah, we ain't nobody. Like, who was it? Yeah, we was. That's what we do at that time. Yeah. That's what we do. So it was like, yeah, they got smoked.
All right, so now what's happening? Because it's 92. Well, after all this.
So 92, they kind of phase out with the Chubb Rock. Tone starts doing his solo album, the #1 Player album. We was trying to work our way onto some of these songs on his album. We never made the cut. You know what I mean? But still around. So a lot of that stuff was a learning process for us. Learning how to make records. Just seeing the whole recording process.
Yeah.
So, we was privy to be around that, like as well with Coogee Rap. Then Tone took me and Words to Stretch and Barbito.
Legendary Stretch and Bob.
Stretch and Bob. So the first time we was ever on there, it was Tone promoting his album. He brings me and Words with him. And I'm trying to think, is that the very first one? Okay, the very first one.
The very first Stretch and Bob.
Meet me at I forgot, it was Columbia University. They was recording the show from. He's like, all right, me and Words jump on the train. We go there. We get there. No Tone. He didn't show up. We like, yo, we here for Tone, Punch and Words. Stretch and Bob was cool. They ain't know what was. He's like, yo, being that y'all here, we gonna let y'all rhyme. They threw us on. We rhymed. They was like, yo, these niggas is dope. Yeah. And next thing you know, we go to like open mics. Everybody's like, yo, y'all them cats on the radio. Now everybody want to come at us. They want to battle us. Oh, y'all niggas think y'all nice. So it became this thing and whatnot. But words will hold it down. Sometimes I didn't want to rhyme. I was like, man, come on, I ain't doing all that. words will hold it down. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do.
Yo.
And that's kind of what the name started circulating around that time.
And so when you did the first Stretch and Barbito, what is this? This got to be 94? 93?
So when I can tell you right now.
Yeah, because I never heard that.
I know y'all see me with the phone. Y'all pardon me. It's a lot to backtrack.
It's my fault because I told you I was gonna send you the questions ahead.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's more natural this way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's more natural. So I'm cool with that. Red Hot Lover Tone. Damn, they ain't got his shit on Apple Music.
Yo, it's a lot with that shit. Speaking of that, I was gonna.
So if he was 92, I'm gonna say Tone was like maybe 93, 94.
Yeah, 93, 94.
Chubb Rock was 92. He had to be 93, 94 with the #1 player.
All right, so now we're in 93, 94. So then what's going on now? So everybody's saying, yo, you guys, them guys for the radio, we want to battle.
Yeah, so we going to New York's Poet Cafe just to go to an open mic they used to do on every second Saturday of the month. And we be out there just, rhyming. We go watch everybody else do their thing. Next thing you know, we out on the street till like 4 in the morning on 3rd Street between Avenue B and C, rapping.
Yeah.
All night. We meet everybody. This is where we met Mos. Words knew Mos first because he was friends with DCQ, his brother. But Mos be out there. Poet Cats, Mums. Damn, it was like a lot of Saul Williams.
Talib?
Talib would be there as well. There's a lot of like underground cats, a lot of Pumpkinhead.
Was the Outsiders there?
Nah, I met the Outsiders on the Lyricist Lounge tour. They came a little later. And whatnot. But that was kind of like, I'm meeting all these people for the first time. Thurston Howe, Master Fool, I'm meeting these people for the first time. So it's like, we feeling each other out. You know what I mean? Some people was, I'm a battle of niggas. IG off and Hazardous, you know what I mean? That was another duo that used to rap back then. I met AL. Well, that's not how I met AL. Words met AL over there. I'll get into the AL story in a minute. It's a funny story.
Yeah, go get into it.
I got funny stories.
Yeah, go get into it. We're here for it. That's what we're here for.
You want the AL story?
Yeah, we want the AL story.
Okay, so this is how the AL and Punchline connection happened. Like I said, we were signed to Trackmasters. At this point, they producing for everybody. They blow up. They did Big Juicy. They working with Puff, producing all this Bad Boy stuff. Then eventually they got introduced to Nas. They did It Was Written. They produced the It Was Written album. Now it's time for the album release party, right? It Was Written. It was at Club Systems in New York back in the days, those that can remember. Being that I run with Trackmasters, I had all the passes.
Nah, yeah.
So I'm outside the party looking to give it to girls.
Yeah.
Right? In comes Words. Yo, you got more passes on you? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, get one to my man. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get to a girl. He said, yeah, who your man? His man was AL. Up walks AL. Yo, you know, is if I was getting one, I'm like, all right, yo, here. I gave him the pass. That was it. We get into the party. 10 minutes later, it's a shootout. It's over. Bap, 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 bap. It's over.
The party?
Yo, it was over. Yeah, I was in there with my manager and lawyer. They was about to order bottles of champagne. Next you know it. Bap, bap, bap. I was like, yo, everybody running, getting the fuck up out of there, right? And that was that. But that was like on a Tuesday. The following Friday, I go to a club called AL's good with this stuff. I forgot the name of the club. But I go to this club. He sees me. Yo, Punch, yeah. And we would go to this club every Friday, Saturday. El Flamingo, I think it was called. Every Friday.
On some party type shit? Or
on some party shit. Not even no rap shit. Partying. Because it was like, you know, the rap shit is here. But it was like, yo, we don't just rap all day. We over here. So that was
balance. That's the
Words on Party. So this is me and AL's connection. We all went to every party. It was like not planned. It's just like, oh shit, yeah, you everywhere. And then we wind up, yo, you going? All right, then I'll meet you there. You know, like that was the thing. So that's how the Punch and AL or lyrics connection happened.
So all right, so y'all go way back. We're gonna fast. Yeah. We're gonna get to
We're gonna jump around.
So all right, so now we there. That's crazy. That's just crazy telling that story because it's like y'all just seem like brothers. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, it's crazy. It's from partying.
Like yo, no, for real.
Straight from partying.
I met a lot of people like that from here too, man. Like a lot of good people from New York just welcoming. Like I don't care what nobody say about New York. Like saying like, oh, they don't let nobody in and stuff like that. Like a lot of. From every borough too, like from every borough. Yeah. Especially Queens, you know what I'm saying? Especially Queens.
But you know, over time I noticed because AL's just that sociable that he connects and knows everybody, and so even if I didn't meet him through work that way, I probably would have met him somewhere down the line just from being out because that's who he is. He just he knows people, and
y'all got like, different person. That like the way you explain it is like. Y'all all like a mixture of like y'all could be sociable, but then it's like y'all got that mystique to you. You know what I'm saying? Like how you saying words don't party?
Yeah,
it's
words don't party.
Because it's like it would seem like to me it would seem like he's the one that would party really, and
now words gonna write. That's he write his ass off. He gonna go to get something to eat. Might catch a movie. Back at the crib. You know that's words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's what's up though. So Now what year we in? So now, because I'm trying to lead into...
That had to have been like...
96? Yeah, 96. You said it was written and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was written. The AL thing was laid down. But that was 96 shit. Yeah, 96 it was written. Like yeah. So, what was the question?
So, so now... All right, so now, because 98... All right, so now we get into Lyricist Lounge because 98 is when Black Star and A Tribe Called Quest dropped, and I know you on both of those.
Okay, they didn't happen yet. The Lounge happened first.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, so now, how'd you get to the Lounge?
Okay,
the legendary Lyricist Lounge.
So, for a lot of you up and coming rappers won't understand this, but back in the days when we had to go to the studio because everybody records and send vocals now. I would be what you would call a studio rat, right? I'm with Trackmasters. They producing everybody and their mother and son. From Nas, AZ, Foxy Brown, LL Cool J. I'm around all of this, right? Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige. I'm there for everything. So now, and he was the A&R at Uptown Records at the time as well. So now, being a studio rat and going to the studio all the goddamn time, one thing leads to another. I meet this guy. His name was John Vasquez. Later down the line, he was the manager at Justin's, which was Puff's restaurant, co-owner of Nouveau. It was like a flavored liqueur and whatnot. So That's still my dude. So John Vasquez, I met him because he was working with this girl group. One of them was Salt's sister and her friend. Trackmasters was producing a session with them.
Remember the name?
Denim is the name of the group.
Denim.
Yeah, Denim.
I'm gonna have to check that out later. Denim.
So I meet this guy in the studio, John Vasquez. He took an interest in me. We had a conversation. He sees I'm with Trackmasters, so I guess business-wise it makes sense. They ain't got no representation. Yo, fuck with them. He brings me to a guy. His name is Kenny Marcellus. He's a lawyer. He's also Puff's lawyer. So if y'all can Google Kenny Marcellus, he's a big deal, right? But shout out to him. So that wound up later on becoming my manager and lawyer. So in pursuit of getting us out there more, because all we was just studio rats and rapping on Stretch and Bob, he brought our demo to Lyricist Lounge to get on the show to perform. So there's a process to getting in. You just don't, I want to perform and they put you on. It don't work like that. If they don't like your shit, you're not getting on their stage. So
is it like some Apollo type shit? Like you get a chance to perform and then you might get booed. They might not like it, or
no, you're not going to. No, there's no booing. You're not touching my stage if I don't feel your shit. If I don't like your shit, so it's almost like they're screening you.
Is it a demo or?
Yeah, demo. So you know, they might be like, I might have heard their name. Oh yeah, let me hear the song. Oh yo, I fuck with that. Yo, see if they want to perform. That's the process. So we was able to get a performance. Our very first show was us performing Thurston Howe, Master Fool, can't remember who else, and the co-host was Q-Tip. And a young Rod Digger performed, pregnant at that.
Oh,
her baby was in her stomach. Rashid was in her belly.
With the legendary Z.
I didn't meet Z yet, but Z, I'm pretty sure was in the building that day. It was at Wetlands in downtown Manhattan. There's a spot that they used to do it at.
Shout out to the Outsiders, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to the Outs. What up, my dude? Pace, what up? So we perform, we do our thing. We come off the stage. I get approached by Q-Tip.
Yo. Wait, before you go.
So it's weird that I'm saying it like this because this is how it all connects.
No, yo, what's going on in your mind? Like, yo,
you know, this Q-Tip, right?
I was about to say.
Come on, like, yo, this is fucking Q-Tip, right? So he's like, yo, you know, I like this shit we doing. My man, you know what I mean? He like your joint, want to do a record with y'all. His man was Consequence. Consequence, boom. So we exchanged information. And then, like, maybe a few days later, we went and had a meeting. Me and Words went and sat down with him. Ali was there. And, we just chopped it up, talk about music. And then one thing led to another. We started recording with him as well. So around that time of recording and getting with Q-Tip. So this is the weirdness of it all, because I know it sounds like a lot. So we are 1 foot in the underground, right? So with Trackmasters, as they started blowing up, we became less of a priority for them. And understand that. I can say that now. At the time, I was heated.
No, yeah.
But understand that they got all this big money because they was getting a lot of money to produce a record.
That's a lot of time, too. That's time consuming.
Yeah. And me and Words were still trying to basically figure out our direction. We had no direction. We just know that we rhymed and we rapped. Yeah. Right? I got bars. But it's more to being an artist than just having bars.
No, that's important you said that. So now that you said that, can you explain to people what's the difference between just rhyming and being an artist? And is there anything wrong with just rhyming and being an artist?
If you want to be a lyricist and that's your thing, and you're a lyricist, be a lyricist. There's forums now for that where you can go and do your thing, and you can make money in that. I ain't gonna say you're gonna be mega rich, but you can do some shit. You can write for people and become rich. You can do your own thing. You can just create your own audience for that, and you can prosper. Being an artist, it's a lot to it. It's not just you rapping. It's appearance, how you look, because you'll hear that a lot. What do you look like? So appearance, how you swag, song structure, content. You know what I mean? Like, what's your audience? A lot of artists don't know what their audience is. They rap, but they all over the place. You shoot them up, bang, bang, like, yo, so you going to have 50 niggas at your show? You ain't going to have no bitches in the crowd. Yeah. Pardon me. But you ain't going to have no women in the crowd. Yeah. Right? So it's that. That's what it is to be an artist. And I had to learn that, and it took a minute. Words didn't take to it as quick as I did. You know what I mean? Because they used to, the Trackmasters used to fuck with, because they doing these hit records, and we're like, we was getting our attention from Lyricist Lounge and open mic type stuff, right? So
buzz. There's no phones around that time.
We wasn't getting no buzz with Trackmasters. We was getting the buzz on our own over here. So it's like, yo, we get love over here, but these niggas, I don't know, you know, they doing firm and they ain't giving us no looks. But you know, some of them I had to force, so it's gonna go into a story that you're gonna know about next. So you know, like just being the studio rat, do the lounge thing, then you know the Q-tip thing happens. The Trackmasters thing was starting to become uncomfortable for me in words, because it was like they ain't really fucking with us. Because at the time, inserts Steve Stout. Once he became in the picture, everything was business.
Business.
Right? And
shout out to Steve Stout too, by the way.
He didn't take too fond to me in words. I guess he felt. I remember him saying this. I don't know about that underground shit, yo. That shit ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah.
Right? That was his thing. I've tried every trick in the book to make it work for Trackmasters and them. I remember when Common was leaving Relativity looking for a home, I tried to get them to sign Common. And the plan was for them to sign Common and for Common to put Punching Words out. That was supposed to be the plan. But then again came Steve Stout. Nah, that nigga ain't selling no records, so we ain't fucking with it.
Yo, what? Yeah,
right?
Like, fumbled the bag with
like this is my motherfucking idol. Like, Common, why are y'all bugging? Like, I didn't know about record sales like that. So I don't know the business like that at that time. Like I do now, but
I didn't ask how old were you around that time?
We talking early 20s.
Yeah.
Early 20s. All I knew about was rapping. I didn't know about publishing. I didn't know about points. I didn't know about any of that. Yeah. All I know is I just wanted to do my thing.
Yeah, you took the rhyme.
Right.
Passion.
And the only place I'm doing my thing at is Lyricist Lounge and open mics.
Yeah.
Right? Stretch and Bob. That's all I know. And we getting recognition from that.
Yeah.
Right? Until it becomes a thing, and then Lyricist Lounge eventually wound up doing the album. But so once the Q-tip thing happened, Trackmasters we started pulling away little by little, right? And so it just became kind of Lyricist Lounge, Q-tip at the time. Words was, I think at that point, I think he was fed up with Trackmasters. He was like, them niggas ain't doing that for us. We out.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? And I totally understand where he's coming from.
Especially when you're that young and you're not looking at it from the long-term perspective. Because like you said, you guys weren't artists. Not saying you guys didn't have nothing though, because low-key y'all were artists. We're gonna get into that. But I just feel like, you know, at that time, I can understand why you guys, or how whoever would feel some type of way, because it's like, yo, we've been rocking with you before.
We was here before everybody. We was here before 50 Cent. We was here before Allah. We was here when they started the company. We was here when it was 4 dudes instead of 2. Right?
Yeah, but at the same time, y'all went from 4 to 2. They went from 4 to 2.
Yeah.
So I could definitely get that. So now, for those who don't know, rock, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
let's get into that. How did that happen? Because you linked up with Q-Tip.
So we linked up with Q-Tip. We actually did a record with Consequence. We went to Tip's crib and he played us some beats. He played us some Jay Dilla shit. He played us some his shit, and gave us a cassette tape and we wrote to him.
Wait, before you go. Now, because you can't just say Jay Dilla like that. You can't just say Jay Dilla like that. Wait, is this a known Jay Dilla at the time? Or...
This was, I didn't know who the hell Jay Dilla was. And Slum Village might have just kind of been getting they shit up. So it was like, yo, you know, gave us a beat tape. You know, at the time you said the name Jay Dilla to me, it didn't mean nothing. Like, I'm the dope beats. I don't know. I know who Q-Tip is. Right? So when we get these beats, we lit. Shaheed also gave us some beats. And you know, we wrote to a few of them. He wound up taking 2 of the beats from us back and putting it on the Love Movement album. One of the records was called The Booty. The other record featured Redman and Busta Rhymes. Stepping It Up, I think it was called. Step Up, something like that was the record. And originally that was supposed to have been for me and Words, so they took it. Then one night, he was like, yo, you know, we're going to do a joint for the album. Because we Words, of course, studio guys. We're in the studio all the time. So we go. And they pull up. No, they played us a few records. A record that we did that didn't make it I think it was a J Dilla beat. It wound up being an interlude on the album. It was called For Moms.
For Moms.
Yeah. For My Moms or For Moms. Whatever.
Interlude on what
on
album?
Love Movement. On the Love Movement album.
I know. I think I know
we
that.
actually did a song to that beat. It was me, Conch, Words, and at the time, Jane Doe. And Cats wasn't feeling it. Dudes was like, not Tip, us. We was like, they ain't really how we want to come out, because it was like some love type shit, because it was a Love Movement album.
Nice.
So niggas wasn't feeling it. All right, one thing led to another. They start pulling up the Rock Y'all beat. So he was like, yo, I know the samples. I'm like, yo, this is funky. I'm with this.
And J Dilla produced that one, right?
J Dilla did that one. At the time, I didn't know that. Yeah. So I just know Tip is there. He pulled the beat up. So I'm like, oh, I'm fucking with this. All right. So he brought his man Muhammad in. He did the talking in the intro of the record. Yeah. So he said, all right, this is what we're going to do. He gave us all a direction. He was like, all right, Jane Doe, you're going to rhyme ologies, biologies. Punch, you're going to be master, blaster, faster. Like, all my words had to run like that. Yeah. Words was, as a youngin', tell me nothing, frontin', hunting. Like, that was it. Most did, most, you got to do this, and I'm going to do this. So we all went in our corners and wrote. This had to be like 2 a.m. Sony studio. Wrote. Now everybody's ready to vocal. Tip's like, all right, whoever can do their verse in one take, I'm going to give you $1,000. So this was the goal. I was like, what?
Yeah.
We all fucked up. Nobody got the $1,000. We all fucked up. Me, Words, Jane, Most, we all fucked up. But record got done. It got put on the album, and that's how you got Rock Y'all with us. Yo. Now I got that record. I'm going back to Trackmasters, like, yo,
leverage.
Yo, I'm out here. I'm trying to do my shit. Yeah. But they busy producing NORE, NORE album, and they're doing it. They busy.
You said it's 98.
Yeah. So now we like bleeding into 98, because Love Movement came out around 99, 2000. No, it came out like 2000, early 2000.
Wait, the Love Movement.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. 98, 99. 98, 99.
Because I think it dropped at the same time. I don't want to spoil this, but it dropped at the same time as the Black Star album, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's like 98.
So now that you said Black Star, so now we do that, but because we do that, and I told you Mos Def is on the record.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm still meeting and learning Mos Def. He was real, to himself. You know what I mean? Like, but cool guy. At the time, he was going by the name Mos Def, Dante. Yeah.
For those who don't know, we talking about Yasin Bey now.
Yeah, now Yasin Bey. Yep. Respect to that man.
Yeah, respect.
So him and Kweli go off to do the Black Star album. So Mos brings it to Kweli's attention about, yo, we got to get a record in with these dudes, Tip putting this crew together. So the whole, us with Tip, Kamal, it was a group. It was called the L.A.M.A.R.R family. You'll hear him say it on that record.
No, but you were
the L.A.M.A.R R family was Punch, Words, Jane Doe, Mos, Tribe, Slum Village. I guess you could say Consequences to a certain degree.
Wait, no, wait.
Yeah, that was.
You can't just say it like that.
That was the proof.
Wait, so it's Punch and Words, Jane Doe, A Tribe Called Quest, and Slum Village. So because it's Slum Village, is low key, is that like a J Dilla in there too?
Yeah. That was called the L.A.M.A.R R family.
And who came up with that name? What is that?
I don't know who came up with the name. I don't know if Kamal came up with it or if he came up with it with Dilla. But if you notice, afterwards they took a production crew name called the L.A.M.A.R R, and it'll be produced by the L.A.M.A.R R. And we were part of the L.A.M.A.R R family. So if you listen to a record called Start It Up on the Love Movement album, the second verse, Tip starts off naming the members of the L.A.M.A.R R family. Here we go. So that was him introducing the L.A.M.A.R R family. Yo. So you heard everybody he named, right? SV's in Slum Village. So
wait, question is, so were you in the studio when he did it?
I wasn't studying when he did that. When I heard that,
I was say, when you
I did some sneak. I said, "Come on, one day you left me in the lounge and you left the tape out. I put the tape in and put the headphones in to listen to the album.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to hear Moneymaker and a few other records, and I heard that, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is my name on the album." Right? So I was like, super amped.
No.
And that's why I learned. I was like, "Oh, the Oma family. All right, so this is what it is. It's the Oma family." And that was supposed to be what that was, but unfortunately, the group broke up. Mm-hmm. At the same time, the group departing, Kamal's house got on fire. He burned the studio with a whole bunch of records. Our shit, his shit, Conch shit, his records, everything gone. Then, you know, he was kind of just working out of Sony Studios. They gave him a room to let him kind of still work out of. And I don't want to say, I don't want to speak for him, but from my point of view, I just felt like because he was going through so much, he might have been a little down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say depressed, but he probably was a little down. Then you got us, like, yo, you know, like how I found out was the Source magazine or Double XL. He wrote a letter and talking about the group departing. And I saw that and I was like, huh? Wait a minute, I just did an album. So it was like, I didn't get a call like, yo, the group's breaking up and there's no Oma family. I'm going in. I was like, I looked at that shit. I was like, here we go again. I just went through this shit with Trackmasters. Yeah. I asked him politely, like, yo, you know, if you can't do something, man, just keep it a buck and say it. You know what I mean? He's just kind of, yo, this is what it is. And I'm like, back to square one again, right? Mm-hmm. Thinking that we was going to be moving in this direction with him. And it's like, all right, well, here we go. And then that was kind of how that kind of just fizzled out. But we had all signed production deals with him. Me, Words, Jane Doe. We all signed production deals with
Q-Tip.
With Q-Tip.
Okay. So, all right. So now the Black Star, because it's all around the same.
My bad.
Same year.
Yeah, it's all around the same year. So now, at the time, while we doing Uma family shit and being around Tip, Most introduces Talib Kweli. Yo, because he wanted Kweli to be in it with us. He was like, yo, you gotta listen to my man. Family. Yeah, yo, you gotta listen to my man. My man's nice. Blah, 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 blah. And at the time, I know I'm probably doing too much, but yo, at the time, Kamal was a little reserved.
Yeah.
But that's just who he is, you know. So y'all can understand that. That's who Kamal is. And, you know, he wasn't as gung-ho, like quick to throw somebody else in the mix. So he was kind of like, yeah, he cool, you know, he dope, you know, and all that. I didn't know Kweli like that yet. So one day, because of that, he was like, yo, you know, we gotta get a record with these cats, with Punch Words and Jane Doe. So they called us to the studio to do a remix for Fortified Live. Kweli had a song called Fortified Live. Yeah. So originally we rapped to that beat. Yo, that remix. So we rolled our verses and vocal to that beat. Yeah. We did it. We didn't know, Most didn't lay his part yet, so we didn't know anything. We did our shit, we come, we leave. Maybe a month or two later, yo, come to the studio, you gotta hear this. I'm like, hear what? Pardon me, yo. Hear this. High Tech changed the beat.
Shout out to High Tech.
Shout out to Tech, that's my dude. Changed the beat. And you hear what you hear now on the record.
And what song is this for people who don't know?
We was like, what? And we still hadn't, well, at least me, maybe Words hadn't either. I mean, I don't think me and Words heard most verse yet. So it goes.
Oh, so you heard it before it even officially came
out. So I'm like, you know, he brings the studio hit. I'm like, ooh, it's kind of hard, right? I'm like, how you made the master this beat? And then you hear Mose coming. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And then that's how you get Twice in a Lifetime. So they changed it from Fortified Live Remix to Twice in a Lifetime.
And did they have to like switch any tempos to your vocals or anything like that, or was it the same?
Not to my knowledge. Everything felt the same. Yeah, I didn't sound any different from how I vocaled it.
And because both is like phenomenal, but like you is like, what would you rather? Which one?
It's hard now. I love that.
I love that it's on the album.
I love Fortified Live beat.
Yeah, that beat is what?
I would still rhyme to that today if somebody threw it on. But I like the remix. I've lived with it enough to I like the remix. Yeah. I'm like that because it probably wouldn't have got the same attention. Oh, just a remix or whatever. But I think this was more
because remixes. Well, that's '98, so remixes
meant something back then.
Yeah, remixes.
But I think being that it's more of an original piece, I think that's
some
like
you can't remix.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what it is.
And it fit perfect. Like, yo, everything happened for a reason. So far, everything you told me, it's like, yo, it just.
And to add to that, that was the first time I've ever got paid to rap on something. My first check came from Talib Kweli. He called me in words. We went to the Kiru Books, and he gave us the check. I cannot remember the amount. I don't know if it was for $500 or $200.
Yeah, but it's still a check.
But that was the first time I ever got paid to rap on something. And it was just like getting the check. It was like, yo, like, what? You know what I'm saying? I never got paid to rap on shit before. That was our first check ever.
And I can tell he got major love and respect for you. I'm gonna show you the footage. I'm gonna send it to you. I've recently seen he brought you out at the Brooklyn Bowl. And I was there. I don't know if you watched the whole show because I know you was backstage.
The recent one, the one in October.
Yeah. Did you watch the? Did you like?
Dude, me and AL was like, who recorded it? Nobody got our footage. I was like, I've never seen my footage from that day.
So you might be like my kid. I was kind of like a beginner to recording.
Okay.
So the setting that I had it on, it's a little blurry maybe, but you could see it. But
that's cool.
I don't know if you were you in the crowd? Were you backstage? Did you see the whole show?
Yeah, I was backstage watching the whole show, and then when me and AL came on, I can hear the crowd's response as the beats was changing and all that. And so I'm like, yo, I would like to see that footage back. Me and AL was like, yo, well, who recorded it?
I got some. The audio might suck, but the visual,
okay.
But if you watch if you saw it, I had my the blast vinyl.
Okay.
He came.
That's yours that he took?
Yo, that was me.
Yeah,
that was me.
He was all the way on the side by the wall.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yo, he came. He grabbed my shit. I was like, yo.
Yeah, I remember.
Everybody around me was going crazy. But for me, because like I've been following you for a minute. Like me, I'm just the type like I just think of people like who impacted me in any kind of way. If I heard a song, I don't care if you was on an interlude. I don't care if you had something to do with the song behind the scenes. If it meant something to me, it's like, yo, I gotta know about this person.
Right.
So I've been following you for a minute. So when he brought you out,
refill.
Yeah, when he brought you guys out, I said, whoa, like I don't know if you can hear in the video.
You know what? Because we do it so much, I feel like people probably expect us to come up at this point because we've done it a lot with him.
Yeah, in the Brooklyn Bowl, I seen you guys.
So we did the Blue Note.
That was in the Blue Note. But that was my first. Because every time I was supposed to go see him and I was supposed to be Black Star, but it got canceled. Yeah. So
you wouldn't have saw us on that stage when it's motion quality. It's just them doing that. You know what I mean? It's rare. We come out on quality shit, but when it's Black Star, you're gonna get a Black Star set.
Yeah, because people like. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah. So now, all right. So there's 98. You did. Tribe Called Quest. You did Black Star. Two legendary albums, by the way. Two legendary groups with legendary, like that's just legendary. Everything about that is just legendary. So now, while you doing that, are you still in the Lyricist Lounge at the time, right? Because it's 98.
Still in the Lyricist Lounge.
So what's going on in the Lyricist Lounge at the time?
We're doing the Lyricist Lounge album. So you gotta remember, all of this comes out around the same time. Lyricist Lounge Volume 1. So one day we done did plenty of showcases with them to the point where it started to feel like, because they would always call us whenever there's y'all want to perform, and it became a thing. Mind you, they never paid nobody to perform, and this ain't a shot at them, but they never paid nobody to perform.
Facts. Yeah.
So, but
before you go, that shows a lot because you're not getting paid, and you're still doing it, and not even just doing it, you still going to kill it.
Yeah.
So now that's passion.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying nobody got paid.
No, you're not saying nobody.
The artists never got paid. Hint, hint. You know what I'm saying? They got paid because they charging people at the door. You know what I'm saying? And there was times they put us in bands, or they took us to Philly to do a show and stuff like that.
So they're gonna say we kind of paid you because we paid for your transportation.
But that's a given when you perform, right? I know that now. At the time,
especially when they're doing you a favor. At the end of the day.
But at the end of the day, they put us in front of a crowd. So
exactly.
Let's just say what it is, right?
No, that's real. That's real.
I wouldn't have got in front of that crowd on my own. They put us in front of a crowd.
That's real.
Period. So we did a bunch of showcases with them. Then they start to do, we're gonna do this compilation album, right? You guys want to give us a record. All right, so we go with our producer at the time, Kurt Gowdy. He used to be, he kind of was part of the Trackmasters. we did a record, which wound up going on the album, the Cypher. They paid us for that. That would be our second check.
Yeah, you can't just say it like that because like that's legend. Like this, like that song is not just like for those who know, because like you said, it's between artists and those who rhyme and rap. Like those who respect the rhymers and the rappers, they know that song is not just in the like that's
right.
In the Cypher. Like that's in the Cypher.
So here's the irony of that record. So at this time, Trackmasters, they got gold and platinum records. He bought a little condo out in Staten Island. Me and Words and Gowdy used to go to his crib all the time. Sometimes the motherfucker would just leave us in the crib because he had a studio in there. Yeah. So we recorded the Cypher at Poke from Trackmasters' crib. We went in, Gowdy made the beat. We did the record, got the vocals, got the record, gave it to them, and they paid us for it and put it out. And then we get introduced to something called Raucous Records. We didn't know what Raucous Records was, but
legendary Raucous Records. Like, yo,
Raucous Records.
Who's on that label? Tell them
at
who's
that
on that
time.
label.
Or in general, or right at that time?
All right. Let's go on that time, and then let's go to in general, right? And then we'll talk about that time. Mm-hmm.
There's a rapper named L.A.M.A.R.R. The record's called 5-Star General that introduced Eminem. A.L. Skills was on that record. Shabam Sadiq.
Oh, was Shabam?
Yeah, Shabam on there. And at the time they were signing a young Eminem for a EP on Raucous.
Yeah, because
Mos Def was another artist on there. Talib Kweli, Reflection Eternal, another artist on Raucous Records.
Was High Tech signed to Raucous?
Yeah, no, he wasn't signed, but as Reflection Eternal, I guess he was. So and then they had the Lyricist Lounge Volume 1. So while we're doing the Lyricist Lounge album, right, we gave it our record. So they wanted to do a posse cut, rhyming, cypher type thing. So they called us to the studio. It was Firehouse Studios where Wu-Tang did Into the 36 Chambers. So we in Firehouse, me, Words, Thurston, AL, Pac FM, Wise Guy Gaston. I'm naming a lot of underground cats. If you don't know who they are, you should. But all of us are in the studio. And, we just, waiting to do our thing. We do our little posse cut or whatever. And, we just chilling this downtime. And you have a bunch of creatives in the room. Things happen. So while we're there working on Lyricist Lounge Volume 1, we start freestyling in the lounge area. As we freestyling, somehow it turned into a skit where Words is acting like he's a teacher and we the students. So in rhyme form, teacher, and you say around whatever, Words will respond back like the teacher and say his thing. Somebody recorded this. That is what birthed and later on became the Lyricist Lounge show. So that's what birthed and that's how it started. Just from us fucking around, just rhyming. We're not thinking TV, we just doing what we normally do. But somebody was there. I think it was my man Jake Septimus. He used to work at Lyricist Lounge. He saw that and was like, yo, this could be a TV show. And one thing led to another. Next thing you know, it's with Viacom and you got to audition. Mind you, we were there originally and I still had to audition and I did not get the part. Words got the part. They later brought in Master Fool.
But you were on the show though.
Yeah, so how I got on the show, I snuck on the show. I was not. I auditioned and I didn't get accepted. So what happened was, now once everything, they shot their pilot, once everything got greenlit, they move out to L.A. Lyricist Lounge wants to do some shows in L.A. I think EPMD was hosting. I remember it was a show in San Diego. So I fly out to L.A. I'm staying at the crib. MTV put them up in the crib. So we all stay in the big ass house. Words, Fool, Baby Power. There's a few other, Fool always comes with an entourage. So yeah, his homeboys there. Words like, yo, we might want to stay out here. I was like, well, what am I doing? I'm out in LA. I didn't know shit about LA. So he's like, yo, come out to LA. I'll try to get you on the show or something. I'm like, all right. So we do our shows. I stood out there. One thing led to another. I wound up getting on the show as a writer. Right? So, helping write some of the sketches. Mm-hmm. That's how it happened. Words put that in play for that to happen. like I said, I auditioned. I didn't get the part for whatever reason. Then I wasn't there. So I get out there, start writing some of the sketches and meeting people. One of the sketches I wrote was the legendary one with Words and Most on the ledge.
Yo.
So I wrote it. I wrote the idea and thing, but of course, a typical thing, people change and fix shit. So Words and them shaped it up and made it what it was and whatnot. And that's kind of how the Lyricist Lounge thing became a thing. And that was like 99 when we filmed it. So now I'm meeting Tracy Ellis Ross. All I know is she's Diana Ross's daughter. I don't know anything else.
Girlfriends had around that time?
Girlfriends didn't happen yet. I'll tell you when girlfriends happen. That's funny. So I can't give you the full story of girlfriends, but I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So I mean, Tracy, and she was super cool. She like showed us around LA. Like I met Fancy from Jamie Foxx show. Garcelle Beauvais. She took us to some party. I think it was her birthday party. I was like, oh my God, that's the girl from Fancy, right? I'm a New Yorker. I don't know.
Nah, Fancy.
And whatnot. So she showed us around Cobra Red, who's part of the what was Warren G had a little girl group. I forgot the name of the girl group Warren G had.
They sung. Did they sing on that? I shot the sheriff.
Shit, I think they did. Warren G's rap
I
girl
forgot.
group.
He just spoke about them too. I forgot.
The 5 Footers was it? I think not the 5 Footers. I can't remember the name of the girl group. What?
I don't remember the name either. She
was another one that was down, and she kind of showed us around. We meet Def Jeff, who I already knew who he was. I was like, oh, Def Jeff. Man, cool. He was the sound man for the show. So he did all the production and beats for the show. Claude Brooks, who was the exec, who wound up later creating what was the Rapping Bear thing? They used to come on TV. Hip Hop Harry, I think it was. So the guy who did Lyricist Lounge also did Hip Hop Harry.
Oh yeah.
So get to meet all these people, and then it's just the LA thing. Yeah. So it's like. It was cool though. It was a great experience. I was able to go out there and do season 1 with them. I was mad I didn't get on the show. TV life is a little different than reality. You know what I mean? I remember I don't know if she was a caster or not, but it was a skit I was supposed to be in. I think it was with Slick Rick and Ramen in the Cab or some shit like that. And they had got some Crip dude out there. And they was like, yo, why you don't let Punch do it? The girl looked at me and said, he don't look like a rapper. I said, I don't look like what I am? I said, he's a gangbanger. He looks like a rapper? I'm an actual rapper. So how does a rapper look? I'm supposed to walk around with gold chains and a fucking Kango? Like, I don't get it.
And that's early. So like, but those were
right. This is before Kanye West.
Yeah.
This is before J. Cole. People that
but even
don't
before
have the
that, though,
typical
no,
look,
I know what you're
guess.
saying. But even because you're right. Because now what you're saying, like that's around 99. So already, I don't want to say Rakim and them, but I know a lot of people use that paid in full, like the gold chain, like the.
So around that time, we talking about post Pac big. They passed
that too. Yeah.
That's kind of that was the hot Mobb Deep Nas.
That gritty era.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of some more West Coast people though, but at the time,
Snoop, Dre.
I mean, Snoop was Snoop. I met Snoop. He was mad cool. He had a lot of heat on him at that time.
Yeah.
That's when Suge and him was trying to. He's on. I'm in one of the episodes on the Lyricist Lounge show with. So me and AO played the FBI guys.
Yo.
So we in that skit. That's how I met Snoop. But yeah, like around that time, that was the rap, right? So the lady looks at me and says, hey, he don't look like a rapper. And I'm like, put a mic in my hand, motherfucker. I'll rap right now. Like, what do you mean? I don't need to look like one. I look like me.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, fuck it. And then season 2 came around. They totally switched everything up.
Because it was more.
Yeah. Like MTV came in and people took over. So everybody thinks the Lyricist Lounge really had say. They really didn't have say in it no more. At the time,
I mean, you kind of could tell.
Season 2 looks way different than season 1. Tom Green, remember Tom Green? Remember Tom Green show?
I was
the white dude. He had a sketch comedy show. His name was Tom Green.
If I see it, maybe. But I was 5.
For those y'all check out Tom Green. So Tom Green show went off the air, and they put all the writers from that with the Lyricist Lounge. I'm talking about white comedian. Yeah. They don't understand the culture or just how this works. So it was like bumping heads. It didn't work.
Collab.
Yeah, it didn't work. It was like the formula was great for season 1, and then y'all switched it up. I wasn't out there. They brought in Thurston Howe. They tried to bring in some other dudes. It just, I don't know. It just didn't work.
So is that so what came first, the Lyricist Lounge album or the show? Like, is the album a soundtrack?
The album came first.
Okay.
And the album got put out. We wound up doing the tour. The tour we did. Okay, so this is how it goes. Because you know how TV is, you film first and shit come out way later.
Yeah.
So 99 we wrap up. December 99 we wrap up the Lyricist Lounge season 1. The album, I think, came out a little bit before that. But long story short, yeah, the album came out before that. So now we back in New York. It's January, and all right, we starting to get more shows. Right, so we wound up performing with the Lounge. This is when we start. Then they call Words for season 2. Yeah, we're gonna do season 2. He goes out to L.A. He does season 2. I'm in New York. While he's out there, I meet this guy. He's like, yo, I'm gonna pay you to do a verse. You and Words do a record. The artist's name is Planet Asia. The song is called Head Honcho. So
pick up the God Body Planet Asia.
So shout out to my man JF. JF, he's like, yo, I want to pay you in Words to join record. All right, cool. Words still in LA. He wasn't coming back yet. So I said, listen, Words can't make it because he's still in LA filming Lyricist Lounge. I said, yo, but if you pay me extra, give me what you gonna give him. I'll do 2 verses. So he's like, all right. I'm like, cool. I was flying back from Atlanta. I went to the studio. I do the record. He's like, yo, what's up with your Words? What y'all doing? I'm like, you got some songs, blah, blah, blah. I played him a few records. He's like, yo, we should do an EP. No, originally he wanted to do an album. We should do an album.
You're not about to tell me what I think you're about to tell me.
This is how I birthed the Punchline Words EP. So now, Words is in LA still. I speak to this guy, JF. We talk. I call Word, tell him the deal. I was like, yo, I got this cat. I want to do an album. Yo, you got to come back. He's like, all right, I'll be back in January. Yo, we talk about it then. I'm like, all right. So it was a hard sell because Words wasn't there for the meeting. He didn't know. So when he comes, I introduce him. Words is like, nah, I don't want to do no album. It wound up just being cut down to an EP. At the time, Words wanted to make the deal. He wanted the album to be something like, I want to,
like he wanted the album.
He wanted the deal.
Yeah.
So we wound up just doing the EP. It's an indie label. My boy at the time, label? It was Mona Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Which was owned by JF. So good dude. The dude. So we had some records because we had a demo deal with Trackmasters. So some of the records we had recorded with them went on the EP.
Because the producer.
So thanks to them and Sony, they paid for some of the records. Yeah,
because the producer, you said
Kurt Gowdy.
He worked with basically Trackmasters.
Yeah, he worked with Trackmasters.
And he did the whole EP. He did the
whole EP. So he was our guy. That was like our.
Yeah, he killed that.
That was our guy. So we go. We record the project. We recording in whatever the studio that was connected to the Raucous Records.
D&D? Or I'm bugging?
Some of the songs was in D&D.
Yeah, all right.
Because Primo, that's how we got cool with Primo and me and him and all that. They used to play dice games. A whole wild story. Shout out to my man Pants, NYG. But whatchamacallit, so we recorded there and recorded the cutting room.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that, but I heard
the cutting room, so this is the funny part.
About it, yeah.
The cutting room is literally in the same building as Raucous Records. It's in the Village on Broadway. I meet a young assistant engineer, right? Guy, he's the guy he gets the coffee, he gets the wires, he plugs all that. The guy who I'm talking about later on became a legend. A young Just Blaze.
Yeah.
This is how I meet Just Blaze.
Yo, that's Jersey too, man.
I meet Just Blaze.
Shout out to Just Blaze too, by the way.
He was an intern at the cutting room. I'll tell you a funny story. So I meet Just Blaze, whatever. I think he might have just produced the Harlem World record.
Oh yeah, Harlem World. You're right.
He did Harlem World first. Yeah. He did the Harlem World record. Long story short,
same time.
I'm still type of Trackmasters. I'm in there, so he brings me into a room to play me some beats, right? I was there because I was writing for a group that R. Kelly had called Vegas Cats. Me and Words. He was writing for these guys.
R&B?
Hip hop. Later on, remember, you ever heard of Boo and Gotti?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No Gotti, because Gotti wasn't there. It was a different rapper before
Fiesta
Gotti.
remix. They did a lot.
Boo and this other cat was called Vegas Cats, and they were signed to R. Kelly. Me and Words. Boo wasn't a rapper. R. Kelly saw him at the McDonald's and said, "Yo, you look like a rapper," and put him under his wing, and Boo. Threw him out in the mix, and then it was like, "Yo, you come to Trackmasters." And he came, and I want y'all niggas to write for him. So we wound up helping them dudes write. So now, Just Bradenton play me these beats. One of the samples has the same sample as Nas Hate Me Now. If y'all know how to beat. So while we in there, playing the shit, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Tone walks in the room. Yo, what's that? Where you get that from? Because Hate Me Now didn't come out yet, but it's been recorded. It didn't come yet. So he thinking just stole some shit. And he's like, what the fuck? Long story short, Tone's like, yo, fire that nigga. I don't want him in none of my sessions. He can't be the assistant engineer.
Wait, so did it follow through? Did he get fired?
He didn't get fired, but he was no longer allowed. If Trackmasters was recording, he couldn't be there. Yo, what the? Fast forward 1 year, I get a phone call. Now at this point, Just Blaze is Just Blaze. I get a phone call. He said, you wouldn't believe where I'm at.
That's like 2000.
This is like maybe, He like, oh boy, is out. He's doing this thing. Yeah. Blueprint. He said, you wouldn't believe where I'm at. I was like, it's like 1 a.m. He said, yeah, studio. Guess who's here? Oh, your man Tone from Trackmasters. I was like, oh shit. I said, how did he react to it? He said, he don't remember. I was like, yo, he don't remember you the nigga? He tried to get fired? He's like, he don't remember. I was like, oh shit.
It'd be like that.
It's funny how life works. I'm like, yo, you gotta be cool with cats. You never know who somebody is. Like,
but sometimes it's hard to explain, but sometimes that's the fuel to become who you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the fuel
you need that sometimes. Yeah, that helped me a lot.
It worked for some people, and then some people don't work. You know what I'm saying? Some people that shit don't work.
Mm-hmm. So we did the Punchline Words EP at the cutting room. We finished everything up. We wound up getting with Land Speed, who distributed and put the record out. They were shiesty and grimy. They basically didn't pay us at all. But JF was a stand-up dude, so he basically gave us advances, financially took care of us as far as tour support and getting the shows. Because of that is how we met Master Ace.
Alright.
So that's how the Master Ace connection happened. So the Punchline Words EP is out. It's officially out.
99? No, 2000.
2000. So we have the physical CD. Ace was performing somewhere. I think it was called the Culture Club. He did a show at off of Varick.
SOBs?
Near SOBs. It's near. It used to be called the Culture Club.
There was a record label over on Varick before.
There was a studio. There was a whole bunch of shit over there.
Yeah. Who was over there? Not Def Jam, right?
Def Jam. I think it was Def Jam.
I think it was
Def Jam over there. So now, he plays Ace the EP in the car. He liked it. We go to do a show in Boston. Ace tagged along to the show with us in Boston. He saw our performance. I like them niggas. I want them to open up for me overseas because Ace started performing overseas now. I want them to open up. He's like, Ace wants y'all niggas to open up? Like, yeah, dope. 9/11 happens.
Because now it's 2001.
We supposed to start this tour in 2 weeks. 9/11 happens. Words didn't want to go.
And you were overseas around that time?
We wasn't even overseas yet. We were still here in New York. Words didn't want to go. The tickets booked. The shows are booked. Everything's situated. Words like, I ain't getting on no plane. He wasn't with it.
Oh! You saying it happened already, so that's why he not getting on no plane?
Yeah, he didn't want to get on the plane because 9/11 happened. Words.
Yo, I was 6.
Yo, Ace had to talk this motherfucker onto the plane. Like, look, you got to understand. So, kind of ran down the business. Yeah. This is boom, 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 boom. Eventually, Words came around and was like, all right, he did it. We get on the plane. Planes were super empty. I mean, you damn near had a whole row to yourself.
Damn.
Right? It happened 2 weeks ago.
Damn. And then Aaliyah, right? Because was that because you saying
Aaliyah was maybe a year before that.
It was a year?
I want to say that was a year before that.
You sure it wasn't the same year?
I might have to double check. I want to say it was a year before 9/11. No. It wasn't a year. It might have been that the month before. Because then she died in August or July, something like that.
It was all around my birth. No, because I had school, so it might have been September. Or after September. If it wasn't September, it was after.
Okay.
And I remember my school. No, you might be right. Was it August? I think we was getting.
Might have been August.
A lot of weird stuff was happening.
I want to say August.
Bomb threats and all types of weird stuff.
I want to say August. So we go and we go on this tour. This is our very first tour. The EP is out.
Yeah.
We open it up for Master Ace. You know, great show, great tour. He put us in front of big crowds. We do our punch and word stand. I remember our very first show was in London, and we performed, and we thought we bombed because we thought people was booing us.
Yeah.
But later on, we found out, no, they're not booing you. Yo, mate, they fucking love you, man. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They booing us, man. You know, he's like, no, they're saying boom. Like, you guys blew up the spot, man. All we heard was boom, boom. He's like, oh, we suck. These niggas is booing us. Boom was a good thing in London. Yeah. That means you guys killed it. I'm like, oh, where we killed it? All right, cool. We killed it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So we do that. We did the tour. It was like 30 days nonstop to the point I didn't even remember what day it was anymore or anything. That was like a long tour for me. I mean, Europe, the language barrier. We had no cell phones. We used phone calls to call. If you use your cell phone, your bill would be crazy.
They love hip hop.
They love hip hop.
Like people don't understand. Like people like you, Master Ace, and everything overseas. Y'all are the. I mean, I don't want to say the comparisons, but for everybody to understand, y'all like the Jay-Z's and like y'all like the Diddy's and to over there, like y'all sell Master Ace wilding right now.
Yeah, he still does his thing. He still does his thing out there. He never stopped.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always does his thing out there. But it was cool for him to introduce that to us. So he brought us on and introduced it to us. So he would also bring Me and Words out in his set because we had 2 songs on his album, Block Episode, and I like that. He brought us out to perform those records.
Perfect. Good beats and good songs,
right?
Like, in general.
So we performed those records, and I guess because we did that so much, people got comfortable and used to seeing us perform together, so they thought we were a group. Which bled into the conversation of, we're going to do a project. Which later on became EMC the show. That's how that happened.
All right, because I want to get there.
All right. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of other things that I skipped over.
I'm telling you, we might have to do a part 2. I ain't gonna lie, we might have to do a part 2. Cause
you don't know about the Anthony Hamilton joint, right? Okay.
Well, we're going to find out about the Anthony Hamilton after we take a little quick 5-minute break.
Okay, we take a 5-minute break.